Do. Hello. Hey guys. I'm Crypto or Bethany. And before you guys ask, no, it does not come from Apex. I fucking suck at Apex. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a 3D animator. I specialize in cinematics. So your favorite animated films or your favorite in-game cutscenes, that's my cup of tea. That is the world I live in. I'm currently developing a feature film called Lysara, and instead of disappearing for years and coming back with a finished product, I've decided to build it in public. And I want to talk about why. So for a long time, I think film, and everybody I think understands that film has really just been created behind closed doors. You know, there's tons of NDAs, there's extreme secrecy. Some actors can't even show their hair color. You know what I mean? And sure, we all get to see the result, we get to see the beautiful finished product, but I'm a firm believer in community and in the idea that story doesn't actually strengthen in isolation. I think it gets stronger through articulation, through being basically forced to explain why something exists, to have the intention of wanting something and knowing why. You know, like when you can really back things up like that, I think you strengthen your story. And as a 3D animator, I definitely have a different relationship to creation as a whole. My process essentially becomes limitless. I can build entire worlds, I can build systems, physics, characters, you know, these things that could never really exist physically. And animation really does let imagination operate without permission. So building in public doesn't mean, you know, crowdsourcing my story. I'm definitely not here to do that. But what it does mean is sharing the world building, sharing the themes, the tones, the visual development, and the questions that really shape a film before it's finished. And you know, none of us have to physically be there, and that's the great thing about animation, is that we can create together, we can animate together, we can storytell together, we can build worlds, and we can do it all together. And you know, my film Lysara lives in this really moral gray area. It's a lot of question between authority and sacrifice and power and trauma, consequence. You know, it's not soft, it's not clean, it's not afraid to look directly at uncomfortable truths. And that's really the reason that I decided to put myself out there with my film. And that's the first of many. That's the first of a lot of things that I hope to do with my community and with us growing and getting stronger, not only in ourselves, but in our stories and what we want to tell. Yeah, if you're interested in the world building, if you're interested in the storytelling and, you know, the creating without the burning out under the weight of everything, then you're welcome here. And if you wish Pixar would just get their hands a little bloody, hi. Nice to meet you.